What's going on? Rob at 3STRONG here. Sun is shining down on me. I'm blessed. Anyway, I want to talk about shoes today because I think that picking the right shoe is very important. Just like, if you go into a running shoe store, they're like, you need the perfect shoe for running. And I feel like there is a good shoe for the type of exercise that you're doing. And some people like going more towards the lifting side of things. Other people like lifting and doing more running and agility type things. Other people just like running. But there is a shoe for that sport or for that activity. Okay, let's go through this. I'm not going to talk about support and insoles and any of that crap. It's purely just the overall feel of the shoe. Okay, on this end of the spectrum, this is your Converse, Chuck Taylor. This is your Vans slip-on shoe. These technically are casual shoes, but the Converse All-Stars, the Chuck Taylors, are the go-to shoe of powerlifters. So these are the athletes that are doing the deadlift, bench, and squat. They just need a flat, stable surface to be able to lift as much weight from. So they don't want and they don't need a cushy sole, a thick sole. They need something that's very flat, low to the ground, and very stable. These are great if you are just lifting weights and you don't need to move around too much. Because they're not very durable, and having this flat sole, it's a little bit flexible, but it's not the most comfortable when you're running. So it's a great choice for lifting, not a great choice for cross-training and anything else. So think about that. On the other end of the spectrum, we have your running shoe. It's your typical running shoe, your wedge-shaped sole. Now we have a lot more cushion in the heel. This is good for running if you're going to do that, but for weightlifting, it's not great because now we have an unstable surface, a very soft, cushy surface, and when you put weight on your back, you want to be able to feel the ground. You want to be as stable as possible. That's why lifters go with these flat, stable shoes and not with this. But people typically go this route, and I feel like it's a mistake, really. Obviously good for running, but not great for lifting. And if we want to do both, we need something else. These are the middle ground shoes. These are kind of your minimalist shoes here. So this is something that's a little bit thinner. This doesn't have a lot of cushion. It's a very flexible shoe, and people think, oh my gosh, there's no stability. How are you going to possibly support yourself in shoes like this? Well, guess what, people? We have things called muscles around our ankle and our feet that actually, if they get stronger, guess what? The stability is in your foot, not in the shoe. But if you have a lower profile shoe, the lower you are to the ground, just like a race car, the more stable it is. So this has some of the cushioning of the running shoe, but also the stability and the low profile flat stance of the Converse and the Vans. So these are New Balance Minimus. This is their trail running shoe, and this is their cross-training shoe. This is a little bit thicker, and this is my go-to shoe. You probably see me wear these black shoes. I absolutely love these shoes because they're lightweight. I have a slightly wider foot, so it's a wider stance. But when you go in, the nice thing also about these shoes is that they're a lot more popular now. You can go in and not just find the New Balance shoes, but find a shoe similar to this that isn't all bulky and built up and stuff, but something that has a very flat platform, a little bit of cushioning to kind of soften your run if you want to do that, but also allow you to do the lifting. Most versatile shoe you can find. I have these guys out because this is the Vibram 5 Fingers. If you want low, this is low. So this is something that you can kind of fold up. I'm not a big fan of these in terms of lifting. They're good and they have a nice stable platform, but this takes time for you to get into that, and I can film a whole video series on those. This is another shoe in the minimal line. more towards the running shoe end of the spectrum, something else. But in terms of this middle ground, pick something that is flat, stable, low to the ground, that you feel like you can actually move around in, and this is going to be a great choice. So the next time you go look for running shoes or shoes to work out in, keep that in mind. You don't want something that's going to wobble around. You want something that's going to be stable but allow you to move. Okay, guys? See you tomorrow.